Let's get this show on the road. These lovely YouTube people on board. Hey everyone. Welcome to the pregame show. It is March 28th. And it's 5:20 a.m. here on the West Coast. I'm on coffee number 3. And although I slept like a baby last night, it's one of those mornings where your alarm goes off for a while before you get up, which is weird for me because usually I'm up paranoid before my alarm. Especially when I'm doing the pregame show. It's very much like maybe you've gone on, when you're going on a trip and you got to be at the airport at like 7 a.m. You can't miss it. So what you do is you wake up every 10 minutes that night, paranoid that your alarm's not going off. That's pretty much what happens to me. But last night was a little bit of a change. Slipped right through that bad boy. I think it was going off for a good 10 minutes before I woke up, which is its own concern. All right, friends. Welcome to the pregame show. If you're just tuning in, we're going to get started in about 7 minutes. We'll do a little bit of a warm-up, AV check. Looks like it's good. And then we'll get into the meat and potatoes of the stream. So you can jump ahead 7 minutes from now. Check things out. How's everybody doing? Hey, Andre, Wave, Topher, Neb, Fernando, E.R. Berg, Donald, and Bask. Hey, buddies. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a ticker. Let's do a little bit of a request. Hey, you like chocolate? Check out Hershey Company. Look at that chart. Okay, chocolate going strong since 1998. If you're doing like a long-term account, this is one of the best chocolate charts I've ever seen. And it's nice because I bought it quite some time ago for a swing. Hold on to it. It's a nice chart. That's my that's my analysis on Hershey. Okay, let's go look at 88. What was it? Does Dan do a daily morning video on the membership site? Sure does, buddy. And in fact, we're doing an open house about 10 minutes after this show ends. So 6 a.m. Pacific time, 9 a.m. Eastern time, right here on this channel. Dan's going to be doing a public version of the regular morning show that he does most days. So we always have somebody streaming in the morning at 6 a.m. for the open and for about an hour after the open. We also do a stream midday where you can check in on your tickers, and then we do an end of day wrap up every day. So 3 streams, total of like almost 4 hours of streaming. And then we also do Zoom calls a couple times a week so you can come in and ask questions, get more info as well. All right, E.R. Berg, ADA BTC. Trend change possibility, question mark? Sure. ADA BTC. Let's do the old Coinbase. All right, so I'm not sure what time frame you're looking at, but if you're looking at the daily and you're wondering about trend change, sure, it's a possibility. Right now we're trend neutral, right? We had daily lower highs and lower lows, in fact, weekly, right? But on the daily time frame, we're now trend neutral, which means we don't really have a trend because we have a high or a lower low, a lower high, and a higher low, but we've not broken to new highs. So is it a possibility? Sure is. But the expectation is a lower high and then a lower low, just because that is the trend. So we always have to plan for the prevailing trend, and we can get ready for a possible break. So the fact that the bulls had the ability to get an inside bar and a bull break, now we can start knocking out some of these resistances. We are still going to expect that major level to be a point of concern up here. But yeah, nice little show strength by the bulls, a little bit stronger than we anticipated. Inside bar bull break has done its job. We've knocked out that target. Now we have EMA 12 right above us. So we're watching cautiously for other forms of information. And I think we got ourselves a little 15-minute trend we can play with too. So as long as bulls are over EMA 12 on the 15-minute time frame, you are in half decent shape, buddy. Let's go look like that. Oh man, the allergies are strong today. I haven't even been outside. It's like a winter snowstorm at 0 degrees. I don't understand what's happening. I know the worst part is this is me on medicine, man. This is me on the medicine. Whew. So I like it. Hourly time frame. I think I said 15. That was a mistake. Hourly time frame bulls looking good. Let's keep riding this up. But remember, we're looking for major resistances. We're going to be looking for 4-hour consolidation eventually, but the hourly bulls look tasty. They look good. Do we got time for one more? AI, please. Sure. A nice quick one. AI daily time frame. So we're going choppy sideways right now. And we can see that we have this big range. So we've gone up to this range and we're just sort of holding inside. And anytime we peak above this, let's call it 2852, we're getting some selling pressure. So eventually the selling pressure, if there's additional selling pressure and additional interest, those things combine and converge. And that's how we get these forms of compression, these squeezes. So what we're going to look for is, do we get another daily low? Do we see some pullback? And then do we get a higher low above 2016? We can go and look at this overall range and say, look, there's our value area high. Makes sense that we would slow down there. Now we're going to look for a move back down and then hopefully bounce somewhere above our POC, that orange line, that nice little point of control. And that's assuming that we're going to stay overall in this range. So if we have a little bit more of a downside bias today. So we're going to be looking on the hourly time frame. We're going to look for bulls to stay under 26.04, yesterday's high of day, and then break the pre-market low, and then look to target 24.43. Overall, we have a bit of an hourly equilibrium. So that's why this high of 26.04 and this low is going to be really, really important. I would say we're more likely to break that to the downside to go stay inside this daily range than anything else. Cool, cool. How do you take your coffee? How do you take it? Do you jam pack it full of sugar and cream? Because I do love doing that. I do love that. But I don't. I trained for a long time to get off the sugar. And then I got off the cream. Now I'm on the skim milk. I'm like a tablespoon of skim milk guy. I just can't get rid of the cream entirely. But I do love going to a friend's house and having that classic drip pot coffee with cream, sugar. It's just a delicious treat. Hey, Tiger, how are you doing? Okay. Well, why don't we get started here? Feeling a little warmed up. Couple of tidbits for you guys, okay? Let's go look at this. All right, let's get started. Hey, everybody. Am I double guy? It's a treat, man. It's like I go for a double as often as I go get a hot chocolate. Or if the kids are having a hot chocolate, I'll get a double. Usually it's just espresso and milk. Americano, basically, make it home. All right, let's do it. Hey, guys, let's go. It is March 28th. Welcome to the pregame show. My name is Jason. I'm a partner and co-founder of Chart Guys. We've been doing this since about, well, officially since 2015, but really since 2013. The old Dan the Man and I have been hanging out, talking charts, and making friends who are as interested in charts as I am, which makes me very, very boring at parties, because that's really all I like to talk about is the markets. And once in a while you find someone who has that mutual interest, and then you're like, candle, yeah, we're doing it. Okay, yeah, my name is Jason. I like to teach technical analysis. You can catch me on Twitter, Chart Guys Jason. Go ahead and give me a follow there. I post little videos every day. Yesterday I talked about Tesla, and I like to look at both setups because we have to be prepared for both directions, right? So that's the basis of what I do on that little channel. And I say, hey, we're looking for this, and if the bears are going to show up, this is the most likely outcome for them. And yesterday we got pretty good. What we were looking for was bulls out of the gate. And if we saw bulls out of the gate, some selling pressure into higher lows, and we got it pretty well. Why? Because that was too much exuberance. And then if we have too much exuberance, we use up all of our gas, we're likely to peter out in a consolidation. So I'll follow up with that one today, probably. But what we're going to do this morning is we're going to take a look at the indices. We're going to take a look at some major commodities and get a sense of what's up for the day. Before we get into that, a couple of housekeeping points. Dan is doing a public live stream. So every morning at the Chart Guys, we do 3 streams. Every day we do 3 streams. We do about an hour and a half in the morning from 6 a.m. to whenever we decide to finish up, usually about an hour and a half. We do a midday show, which some of you have seen that. That runs for about an hour. And then we also do an end of the day wrap up, which is about 45 minutes to an hour. We do that 3 times a day. And if you have ticker requests, you can come in. And Dad is going to do a public version of that today. So that link will be posted right here on our YouTube channel. I'm going to drop out here in about 18 minutes to get ready for that. I'll see you guys in the chat room because I'll be moderating that one. But that's your opportunity to come in, ask some questions, get a sense of what we do day to day. All right. Okay. Let's go. Let's go get our voice back. Okay. We're going to take a look first at the 4 main indices. We're going to check out ES, NQ, YM, and the Dirty Russell. So, oh shoot, what did I do with those levels for you guys? Yeah. Let's copy and paste these bad boys in here. So these are our levels for ES. I'm going to leave them up here for about 5 seconds or however long it takes to take a drink. If you want to take a screenshot of those, I'm watching these levels, and some of them you can see right here. For the most part, we're watching yesterday's lows, and these are going to be important because we've got ourselves a little tasty inside bar right now. We had a little bit of a, well, it was a choppy nonsense day yesterday. Our internals were sort of all over the place, and we finished with a strong bear close, which means we have this overall range that we're going to be watching. We have a clear area of resistance and a clear area of support. What I would like to see today would be a push down to that 3,997 level, a lack of interest below, and for bulls to move back up into range. If they do that, we have hourly resistance here at 4,009. We have another level at 429, 4,023. And then overall, we can start looking at this big area of volume as its own little entity. Okay. So ideally, we want to get back above that value area high. What I want to see is a big lack of interest. So I will be scouting long positions down here for a quick reversal. And then I'm going to be looking I'm going to be very protective of that because I don't want to get caught in a big downside move because, you know, we don't have much support here in the 4-hour time frame, even the daily time frame, till 39, 37. But what I'm interested in is something that showed up very much like yesterday. If we go to our hourly time frame yesterday, where were we? Yes, it was morning, 9:45, 7:30. Yes, right about here. So you'll notice yesterday that we had our area high, pretty much double top. We peaked above, got back up to that level, and then we saw some additional pressure. And that additional pressure pushed us all the way down here. What that is a real lack of acceptance, a lack of interest. No more bulls left. Why does that keep happening to me? No more bulls left. A gas cloud killing the action. What I would like to see is something similar. I want to see it down here. I want to look to this gas cloud. I'm going to say, look, we floated over here. We floated over here. We're still here. I want to see evidence of those bulls here. I want to see evidence that the short sellers are looking to reload in the other direction. So I want to see a little blip below 33,997.50 and then a move back up. If you're going to enter positions down here, you are you're bottom fishing. You're getting in really aggressively before any trend changes. So your stops are going to be very, very protective. You're not going to get into a situation where we cascade down. Look for some strength and some evidence of strength before you get into those positions because we don't know if we're still in range. We're just making assumptions that we're going to be in range. All right. Hourly time frame. We have our support levels and our resistance levels, 40, 4,000, 24, 25. One day I will figure out how to read these numbers. I promise you I'm getting better. All about low of day from yesterday and bulls holding on to it. We can lose these levels by a titch. That's fine. That's expected in some cases. It's the reversal and the response that we need to pay attention to. Let's go look at the NQ. NQ's already lost its low of day, but we know we have this big old range of balance. NQ was it was the leader on Thursday, Friday, and really the leader for the bull side. And then we saw that weakness where our ES was actually a bit stronger over yesterday. We saw the move up and then we faded back down. Okay, looks like we're about to lose that level. Okay, daily time frame. For me, it's all about the 12,676.50 level. If we go to the hourly time frame, we can see that we have our little hourly downtrend here, and we are looking at overnight lows of 12,752. But look, we've got another support, a big range. Again, we're still dawdling around inside this big mess, And if we want to, well, yeah, we do want to. Let's go. When do we get back into this range? Right about here, here. Well, wrong tool. Yeah, right around that value area. So we don't really want to lose that level. We'd like to see the bulls get a little bit of a trend change here. And if we can get it in conjunction, remember, we're always looking at least this is how I do it. I look at my main indices and I say, all right, if this is going to happen, I'd like to see this, this, and this to back that up. So at this point, we've looked at two. What I want to see would be an ES low, a loss of that support level, a move back up. I'd like to see NQ hold its own hourly overnight low, find the lack of acceptance there, and move to break to hourly high and move back up to yesterday's high of day. So if we can get those two things working together, I'll be feeling a little bit better. Seeing a little bit of selling pressure coming in. And we got ourselves a double bottom down there in the 15-minute time frame. Ultimately, we are looking for a lack of commitment by the bears. They've done a lot of work overnight. Here, we want to see if we can get them moving in the other direction today. You're not cheating on Lori if you hit. You know what? Hitting the like button helps Lori. I'm doing this show because I want to help Lori. Because if we just stop doing the show, then people stop coming to find the show, right? We got to keep this dream alive. That's why we're doing it. Keep the routine. Keep everybody happy, right? All right, let's look at YM. So YM has technically a daily higher low. Cool, cool. And we got a daily resistance up here. We're over EMA 12, which is a big deal. But we're under EMA 26, which is another issue because it is a smush zone where we're just getting slopped around. 4-hour time frame looking a little bit roundy toppy, so we can start chugging away at these hourly resistance levels. We'd like to see our EMA 12 hold. So combining this with our other factors, right? We want to see the value area low hold on NQ. We want to see ES dip below and bounce back up, and we want to see YM hold its 4-hour higher low above EMA 12 to establish 4-hour control. We've moved up and we've hit some hourly higher lows, but you'll notice in the hourly time frame we've given up some of those levels now. So the hourly trend is shifting. Opportunity for 4-hour consolidation. Bulls in a happy little spot. Let's see if we can change that. And we have resistance at 32,790. So collectively, we're just looking for some sort of bull opportunity. No one really has control, right? The bears have extended themselves a little bit in the shorter term time frames. They're against key levels, and it's can they follow through on those key levels, or in the absence of that, we start looking up in the other direction. RTY daily time frame, choppy sideways action still, dipping below, lack of interest, movement back up, EMA 12 resistance. So we're going to be looking to, well, we already broke the high of yesterday. 4-hour time frame, ooh, also looking for EMA 12 touch. Ultimately, the best case scenario for the bulls is we hold that level, but we're going to be looking for hourly support at 1753. Got another little bit of hourly support at 1745, and we're looking for big, meaty 4-hour higher lows here and to remain in balance overall. Let's go to our 4-hour time frame. Let's look at that big projection out right at the point of control. And if we lose that, start losing some support, we can look for a little bit more dippity-doo action down in the 1737.6 range. Look how many times we've jostled around. What's more likely? A complete breakout or collapse, or continuation? Continuation is always the most likely outcome because it's the least amount of work. Momentum is there. It takes less effort to shift what we're seeing. Okay. Oh, boy. How are we losing the voice? I think I'm just not warming up enough. Let's see. Keto coffee, coconut oil, and heavy cream. That sounds gross. I tried the butter coffee before. That was unnecessary. But I get it. You're in a keto thing. I support anyone doing any sort of fitness thing. We have a secret fitness community in Reddit, in the chart guys. That is, it's not exclusive, but it is very elusive. You have to post every day to be a member of it. I think it's hard for people because you get reminded that you're slacking off, which is the whole point. All right, feels wrong to hit the like button. You missed Lori's voice. I do too. I do too, Corinne. She'll be back. She was in the chat room. She just doesn't have very good internet where she is. So she's around. All right, let's take a quick look at some daily charts. Let's turn off some of our noise so we can see that a little bit better. All right, XLK, we're going to be looking to hold the low of yesterday and ideally the hold the previous day's low at 144.16. We can see that we're overall in a big 4-hour uptrend, so looking good there. XLV is also in its uptrend, not quite as clearly established, but daily higher lows and higher highs. So those two main sectors are showing us that the market overall is risk on. XLF is now going sideways, so we're going to be looking for more confidence. We're going to try to establish a higher low, and what we don't want to do is build out a big daily bear flag. XLI is sideways, XLC is bullish, and XLE, which did a lot of heavy lifting yesterday, overall sideways as well, with XLP climbing. So it looks like overall the market is slowly chipping to the upside. Keep an eye on our big heavy boys, our big sectors, and we're going to be looking for some moves into those and a little bit of consolidation outside of XLE and XLP today into ideally XLV and XLF, but that will remain to be seen. Let's go look at the dollar. So the dollar, and this is good for the market, dollar pulling back on the 4-hour and setting a daily higher low attempt. Let's clear this channel out because it doesn't matter too much. So the dollar, what we like to see is weakness in the dollar, which generally translates to opportunity in the market. So I'm not going to say strength in the market. Sometimes they don't interact exactly in an inverse relationship. But if we are seeing a red day in the dollar, that generally means the market has more opportunity for upside. So we have daily support at 101.915, and we have daily resistance at 103.364. We can see that we have an hourly downtrend here, and that is picking up pace a little bit. So if we get a big old hourly bounce on the dollar and we start to see some upside moves, that is not going to help our market bulls. So we'll be keeping a close eye on the 5-minute time frame because this is where the magic is happening. EMA 12 is our area of resistance right now. We're grinding oversold thus far. Not a lot of interest in the dollar. Caution for a 15-minute bounce. If you see a 15-minute bounce here, of course, that is going to have, again, a negative impact on our ES, and we're looking for that flush, right? Ooh, did we just get it? Okay, so maybe we get our little dip below right now. So take a look at the VIX. VIX on the daily time frame got very close to that $20 range, so that overall sentiment, that shake-up fear in the XLF sector, which spiked us up here, is fading. We're getting back into the realm of reason and normality. We're looking for a 4-hour lower high under 25.21. And we're looking just to restabilize where we spend most of our time right around this range. So overall looking normal. In the short term, we've got ourselves a 15-minute uptrend with resistance at 21.81 overall. Oil was seeing some weakness earlier today. Looks like we got a solid little bounce. So there's that 5-minute. Ooh, we just about got a back burner. Almost triggered. Either way, it was a solid 5-minute oversold bounce right up to EMA 26. So that initial push is good. It sets up and establishes a precedent for a higher low over 72.47 on the 15-minute time frame. It's a very nice dip and push. If we can see that, then we might have a little bit of a trend change, and then we're going to be looking for an hourly lower high under 73.47. So high, that's a big move. A little bit early for the bulls to spike up. I've been looking for some balance following that. That's nice upside interest, but lack of continuation above 73.01 is not great for the bulls. Excuse me. Ooh. Let's go check out natural gas. 4-hour time frame, still continuing in this big old downside channel. You'll notice our back burner overbought has turned on. That means we have a unprecedented big 4-hour suppression. If we see a big spike out of this, which we might, who knows? Daily time frame maybe give us a big old surge. The closer we get to 196, the more people that can be paying attention to that level. What that tells us is, hey, even though if we spike up to $2.42, which would be great, you know, if you happen to catch that just right, we're still overwhelmingly looking for pullbacks. So we look for that spike up and a move back down, all right? Just like an oversold bounce, except literally an inverse. So no signs of bulls. Hourly downtrend intact. Hitting hourly oversold. Back up to EMA 12. Watching our trend indicator. When we get in the hourly time frame into sub 30, that's usually a trend low. And get back up to about 45, that's usually a trend high. You can see that working out for the most part over and over. So it makes the RSI beautiful trend indicator. If you're on the chart, guys, go to the education library. I have a video on RSI and how to use it to play trends. It's phenomenal. Not the video. The video, always room for improvement, but the logic behind the stream. Okay, we got 3 minutes left because I got to jump to go take care of the stream setup for that public live. Let's go take a quick look at gold, and we'll take a look at our Bitcoin. So gold 4-hour time frame, we're looking for that equilibrium. High, low, lower high. We were looking for a higher low yesterday. We got it. We got a 4-hour higher low with a confident move on gold. So we are looking now to the upside. Resistance is 2003, so we're looking for a lower high under that level. We're crushing through our EMA 12 on the 4-hour time frame, so that's good. And on the 15-minute time frame, we're going to look for consolidation. We're right at that level. I'd like to see the bulls pull off a bull flag or an equilibrium or something up here, and then get a next leg going to get over that 4-hour EMA 12. But all signs point to bulls right now inside the EQ continuation, because what is the most likely outcome? Continuation. Looking great. Bitcoin. So Bitcoin saw some, well, had some negative, Binance US had some negative news yesterday, and we saw a pretty quick drop, right? Where was that bad boy? Right here. But what's interesting is where we slowed down. So let's go back on the hourly time frame and let's play with some of our ranges. So here's our low, and here's our other low. And then we go to our action. We just dipped below and saw big volume and bounced right back up. Tested it again, bounced right back up. So what both need to do to break out of this range and abate some fears is to break over 27,333.08. Otherwise, we're sideways in the hourly time frame with no direction or commitment. If we're able to break above that level, that's good for the 4-hour and overall range, and we're just going to be looking for another methodical move back up into the 28,652. Overall, Bitcoin's not giving us a heck of a lot to work with. It's nice to hold up in this range, and I'm surprised to see the hourly bulls doing so well. So they want to break 27,333. If we see another short-term test and we go under 2652, I'm going to be looking a little bit more with a bearish bias and start looking for a daily low over 23,990. That would just be too many short-term tests. This nose, man. Okay, what else do we got? I'm not going to do US CAD. I think we got everything. Do we nail it, guys? I think we're all good. Quick peek back at our sectors. NQ, 15-minute time frame. Nice move up. 15-minute down. Again, for NQ, the big deal is to hold this range. Can we hold the overnight low? If we break it, do we do it by pennies? Is there still interest in more downside, or have we looked for that bit of exhaustion, right? Come down, lack of follow through, cross right back up. If we do that a few times, and we cross below, and we keep moving, and even more beneficial for us is if we cross below something like this. Let's draw a new one. If we can do a move below, another cross above, move below, and we start to set these higher lows, that is more likely we're going to see move back up into range. Go to ES. There's a little dip. We want to see. We want to see a cross back above. We want to see that type of action. That lack of interest on breaking a key level. We want to see bulls move above the range right now, 4,075. Okay, we don't necessarily even need a dip. But what I don't want to see is repeated action and then levels underneath this for an extended period of time. That tells me that the bulls are not buying it. And if the bulls are not here, who gets to control the price action? YWM, all about the EMA 12 in the 4-hour time frame. 5 minutes, little bit of a I'm not going to call it that. RTY inside this range, looking for a point of control to hold. All right, so bulls are in a good position if they want to execute. Bears are in a good position if they want to keep up this bearish pressure and force the bulls to either jump in or show their lack of interest. So a real good hinge point to start the morning off. Dan's going to be live here in 8 minutes. Same channel. We're going to go set that up right now. So I got to go. I will be in the chat, and I'll see you guys in a few minutes. All right.